It is 6:02 in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, and you're listening to Eat, Play, Live with me, Andi P, the show that's chasing dreams and crushing goals. My goal here is to help you live a healthier, happier, more well-balanced life. And our focus for this year has been learning to love ourselves unconditionally. If that is something that you've struggled with. In fact, even if you don't believe you've ever truly and completely loved yourself, well, guess what? It is never too late. That's right. It is not too late to start right now. So I asked somebody this week for some input on topic ideas. What is something that would resonate with you? And the immediate response was that it's never too late. That can mean so many different things for everybody out there, right? And what does that mean for you? Well, I thought it was perfect because it's something that I have been preaching for about 17 years now when I made a big turn in my life and realized that, in fact, it is never too late to make a big change. So I say 17 years ago because for my health and fitness weight loss journey, that was the starting point when I stepped on the scale at Weight Watchers and reached my goal after losing 65 pounds and realizing that I didn't have to be the person that I had been. And it was definitely time to start something new and completely different. So at that point, I realized it wasn't too late to totally change your life and to go on from there, from that weight loss. I just thought, okay, if I can lose 65 pounds, I kind of feel like I can do anything. And that's been kind of what I've been trying to do for the last 17 years is anything. What thing in my head that I didn't believe would be possible can I set my mind to and then accomplish and prove to myself, to you, to whoever cares, I guess, that it's just never too late, right? So after losing the weight, I went on to compete as a bodybuilder. Okay, so I went from this former fat girl to a 48-year-old stepping on stage in a bodybuilding competition in a teeny tiny sparkly bikini that had to be glued into place. The details are frightening. I'm not going to go there tonight. But at 48 years old, never would I have thought that was possible. But you know what? It's never too late. If you're willing to put in the work, it was a lot of work. It wasn't easy. But if you're willing to do what it takes, absolutely, there's no stopping you. It's not too late to reinvent, recreate yourself. And that same year, I also decided that I was done working as a TV producer. That had been my career for 20-ish years. And I quit. And I moved to this little town that you might be familiar with, those of you who also live here in Mason, and started an entire new career in solar, which I knew virtually nothing about. So, oh my gosh, what an insane learning curve. But when you decide that you want to do things differently, when you decide that you are not fulfilled, when you pull into the parking lot at work and you have that knot in your stomach and you know day after day after day that that is not where you belong, guess what? It doesn't matter how long you've worked there. It is not too late to make a change and find something that you can like even better, that can fulfill you in a completely different way. And let me tell you, it might be something that you never would have expected, ever. I mean, who goes from TV to solar? That's the most random switch. But we don't know where the road's going to go, and the road doesn't end there. In fact, these back roads here in the Texas Hill Country are so interesting that for me, I decided to start exploring them on foot, on bike. Oh, and don't forget the river. I like to swim up the river too. So that led into doing triathlons. Okay, so go back to this former fat girl who I wouldn't even take PE classes. I only joined the swim team in high school to avoid having to take PE. And now I'm like, hey, let's do triathlons because it's never too late to try something new. If you're curious, and I was curious, what does that look like? How much can you push yourself? So at the age of 51, I did my first Ironman event and my first marathon. At the age of 52, second Ironman event, second marathon, which was like 4 days ago. It's never too late. And guess what? I don't know what's next. I don't know what's coming up yet for next year. I'm just about to the point to start figuring out, what is next? What is something else, a new challenge that I maybe once upon a time never even considered because I didn't think it was possible? Well, why not? And that's what I'm putting out there. That's why I'm sharing these stories for you right now, because why not? What is out there for you that you could try and maybe you'll love it and maybe not. That's okay. That's okay. It's never too late and it's not easy. And I'm not saying that it's not scary. A lot of these things, terrifying. Hello. Quitting your career and moving to a little bitty town, terrifying. Jumping in the ocean to go swim just over a mile, terrifying. I mean, there are a lot of things about this that are hard and scary, and that's okay because you can do hard things. Imagine what might be out there if you just open yourself up to the possibilities, and that's all I'm saying. Just be open. It could be something so amazing. There are so many things I've seen in this journey. You know, riding my bike in Cozumel, around the island, the jungle on one side, the ocean on the other, brings me to tears. And I just think, thank you that I never gave up, that I kept going and kept trying. And there were times, I promise you, I wanted to give up, really give up. And I would have missed that. And I wouldn't have been able to share it with you. And now if you go to Cozumel, I'll tell you exactly the spot that you need to go to have that moment because it is amazing. And there are things all over the world. There are things right here that can have that effect on you if you will just stay open to the possibilities. So where do you begin? Well, let's start with 3 little words. Write these down. You know, I always tell you, write things down. Reset, restart, and refocus. Those 3 things, as many times as you need to, just don't quit. Quitting is not an option. All right, so this is Eat, Play, Live, as you know, so we have to start with eat. And let's talk about what we can do to eat better because it is never too late to change the way you're eating. Those habits, a lot of them have been there a long time, but that doesn't mean that you can't change them. I know, don't give me your arguments. I know it's December. It's not too late, even for this year, to make a change. What? You're already diabetic? Well, guess what? It's not too late to reset that and actually improve the way your body functions. Oh, you're already overweight? I've been there too. It's not too late. You can lose the weight. Now, if you have a bad attitude, that's not going to help. But if you're listening right now, then I am going to assume that you care enough to make some changes. There's no such thing as never. You can reset, restart, and refocus. What is a way that you can reset when it comes to eating? Well, one thing that I do and recommend from time to time is fasting. Whether you want to try intermittent fasting or what I do when things are just like Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, that I know I have said in the past that Thanksgiving is only one day, but we all know those leftovers last way more than one day, right? So after a good 3 to 4 days of overeating, finally you reach the point where you say, stop the madness. I cannot have any more stuffing. I just can't even see it. Fast. So I would take a day and literally eat nothing for 24 hours. And the nice thing is if you decide ahead of time and you stop eating at like 8 o'clock at night, then you just have to make it to 8 o'clock the next night. And if you have it in your head that that's what you're doing, that you're fasting for a reset, and you can drink water, I will still have a cup of coffee. Sometimes if I really am getting hungry, I'll even have a protein shake, but I consider that still part of my fast because I'm not eating any solid food. But normally I would just stick to mainly water and just let your body really just reset for a day. And it's amazing. It really helps your mind. It just something about it. Everything just feels like you've hit a reset button. Then restart. Well, all right, this one's going to be a little bit more, can be a little more difficult, especially if you've just been celebrating some sort of holidays and your pantry, your refrigerator are full to the brim of stuff that doesn't really need to be there. Well, restart by cleaning it out. And by cleaning it out, let me clarify that I am not saying eat all the stuff that's still in there. That is not what I'm telling you to do. Clean it out. If there's cans, packages, things that are unopened, donate that. Yes, you can take that down to the food bank. They have that little outdoor donation box where you can put something in there that someone else could find useful and you don't need to have it in there. Other things that have already been opened, I do not like to waste and I do not like to throw things away. But if it's time for a restart, some of that stuff has just got to go. Just let it go and throw it away. And then refocus. Make a plan. Go shopping for the things that you should have in your kitchen, you should have in your home, those healthy ingredients. Make sure you get your flax seeds and your chia seeds and your almond milk and your spinach and all the stuff that you need to have so that you can armor up and arm yourself so that you can be successful as you restart your healthy eating plan. If you need specific foods, you don't know where to begin, well, you could start by going to my Facebook page, eatplaylive.andi. Every video, every show I've done is on there, and you can scroll through and look for shows where I talk specifically about the best foods for weight loss, the best foods for whatever, and you'll find that a lot of them are the same foods, okay? Salmon, blueberries, spinach, some of these things. Basically, the outside of the grocery store. Shop the outside of the grocery store. All those aisles that are full of cans and boxes equal processed, processed, processed that you do not need. Produce, dairy, meat. Start there. Start there. I promise in the coming weeks after the holidays, I will have some shows where I get specific for you and give you some definite here, eat this, because I know we like to have it just handed over and don't make me have to think too much. I know, I get it, but you can just Google healthy eating recipes and there are a million ideas out there. So do not use I don't know what to do as an excuse because all the information is at our fingertips all the time. So I don't know is no longer an excuse in this day and age. And let's play. How do you reset, restart, and refocus with your body? Well, it's never too late to find new ways to move your body, to get out there, get your heart rate up, start a new fitness program. Of course, you may have to structure that. to fit where you are, your age, your stage, your limitations. That's okay. There are still any number of different things that you can do to just get yourself moving more so that your joints are lubricated, your muscles are strong, you're battling against osteoporosis, and you're making sure that you're strong enough that you have good balance and all these things that we need as we age. It is never too late to start putting things in place so that you can age in a stronger, healthier way. Okay, so let's start with reset. The easiest or first step, I should say, for resetting, especially if you have not been exercising for many, many years, start with your doctor. Go see your doctor. Let's get a baseline. How's your heart doing? Get a physical. Make sure that it is safe for you to start any kind of program. Then let's restart. No matter how long it's been, you can benefit by joining a gym, hiring a personal trainer, whatever it is you need to make sure you get your hiney in the door and just get started. You may need, sometimes we need to hire somebody to give us that extra push, or maybe you just need a buddy who will go with you, somebody who will push you. That works too. You want me to be your buddy? I'll push you. I'll be like, come on, let's go. Let's do it. Just message me and I'll sign me up. I'll do it. Then refocus. Decide, what are your goals? What's your goal from a year out from now? As far as your body is concerned, do you want to lose weight? Are you looking to burn